Hey, what is up guys? So today I wanted to actually talk about how to binge anime, and I'm actually going to be giving you my own personal 8 tips and tricks that I use to actually binge anime. Now, last time I actually made a video talking about don't binge anime, and if you guys haven't checked out that video, definitely go and watch it. It's only like a 4 or 5 minute video. It's very short, but it was just me talking about not binging anime and how you could try to avoid it or stuff like that. But in this particular case, in this particular video, you guys might be thinking, oh, but it's pretty easy to binge, right? Well, in some cases, yes, but there is also a point I want to get across as well, and that it could potentially ruin you. It sounds kind of pushing it a bit there, but I do believe so. So if that's the case, this video will pretty much teach you how to properly binge anime so that you don't get ruined. I've pretty much separated each of these tips and tricks into a particular criteria, so you could actually follow along and you won't be ruined. I'll kind of get to why this whole ruin thing, why I'm using this particular term a lot when we actually go through this particular list. So tip number 1 is watch what you enjoy. If you don't like it, then what's the actual point of it? When you watch an anime or when you decide to watch a series, actually be invested into it. Watch something that you would definitely know that you'll enjoy. For example, when you watch a series, when you're about to watch a series, they actually have a little small section where they actually tell you what these series are about. And when you read that, it will give you enough information for you to, I guess, know what the story is about, but at the same time it won't spoil you. So that alone, if that's enough to get you interested into the story, then by all means watch it, because it's something you could enjoy. However, at the same time, if that's not enough to interest you and you're still forcing yourself to watch it, then what are you doing? I mean, that's a really bad idea. Only go into a series that you would truly enjoy. Go into something that you would be remotely interested in, because if you're forcing yourself to watch these series, then you're just taking away the enjoyment from the overall experience. Now, based off my own experience, I actually watched several series where I just felt inclined to watch it, even though I didn't enjoy it. And why did I actually do that? Well, most people were actually considering those particular series staple series that everyone must watch, but because of that, I ended up not enjoying the series. And well, it's not because of that, it's just that I forced myself to watch the series despite not really enjoying it as much. So yeah, it's definitely something that will kind of lead into the next tip. So the next one is don't go in with any expectations whatsoever. It's a bad idea to actually expect something out of a series, because if you expect something good, you're gonna be so disappointed. Go in expecting nothing. If you go into the series expecting nothing whatsoever, then you might actually be surprised and you will probably enjoy it. You could also go into the series with negative expectations, but at the same time, there's kind of like this placebo effect where if you actually go into something thinking that it's bad, it might actually turn out bad. So don't do that. That mindset might actually be bad for you. Go into the series not expecting anything at all. Don't think it's good, don't think it's bad, and I think that's pretty much the best way to get some kind of good experience out of the particular series, because certain things could surprise you. It kind of links to the previous point where when someone recommends me an anime so much because they consider it a staple series, I already expected it to be good, and when I went in, I kind of got disappointed by it. So yeah, I'm not going to actually mention that particular anime because I don't want to get too many people hating on me, but it's a really, really popular anime. Yeah, after watching it, I kind of felt disappointed by it. If you guys are actually guessing, it's not Attack on Titan, because I did end up enjoying Attack on Titan as I watched along. This is a completely different series, but it is a very popular series, and yeah, I just ended up not enjoying it. Alright, so the third tip is calculating your time. So you actually have to consider how many episodes you could actually fit into one day. It seems like a really serious task and you shouldn't take this too seriously, but at the same time it's really worth considering because you'll end up enjoying a series that you might be watching. So if you have other important tasks to do for the day, different work and everything like that, then you consider those things first and you get the important things done first. Don't just binge anime because you want to, binge anime because you can. What I mean by that is if you have the time for it. But it's most likely you're here because you actually have the time, and most of us do have that time because we are actually facing a pandemic and we can't go outside. So even so, calculating properly the time that you can allocate to watching anime will definitely work really well. Just how much time do you have in a day and how much of that time you could watch for a particular series or whatnot. However, moving on to tip number 4 is don't try to binge anime if this is your first time. There is a certain way you have to get into this. You have to actually slowly acclimate yourself into this particular experience, because if you've never binged anime before and you've just been watching anime on a week by week basis, the first time you binge anime and you just start watching a whole 24 to 30 episode series in one day, you're just going to be burnt out completely. It is really bad and you're really going to hate that experience. The best way to actually watch it is by small portions first and then slowly increase your different amounts. So start by watching maybe 5 series per day. It might not seem like a binge, but at the same time it is a binge still because you are watching multiple episodes in one big go. So that would definitely work out for you. Eventually you'll start moving on to 10 episodes per day, then maybe 15, then maybe 20, and it will definitely work out for you if you're actually going into that. But a lot of people try to get into this without actually properly acclimating themselves to this kind of environment, and because of that they end up not enjoying the experience. They get burnt out and they just completely stop watching anime because they relate that bad experience to all of anime itself. So don't do that if this is going to be your first time. Tip number 5, do not do an all-nighter for this. Trust me, it's not worth it. Yeah, don't do it. Alright, so tip number 6, watch a shorter series first. So if you have a list of series that you actually have on your anime list, then just binge the shorter ones because they're so much shorter. You'll stack up your list a lot quicker, or you'll cross out your list a lot quicker. You should definitely watch series that have 12 to 13 episodes. They're easy to finish per day. And why is this particular suggestion that I'm giving? Well, it's simple. You may get bored on the same story if you're binging it all day. It can happen. Now, an actual interesting fact about me, I actually binged all of Food Wars in 3 days. Well, not all of it. I mean, season 5 at the time was still airing, so I only binged everything from season 1, episode 1, all the way until maybe episode 3 of season 5. But yeah, I did all of that in 3 days, so a lot to take in, but I still enjoyed the series. But that being said, don't try something out like this. It might not work out for you. Alright, so we're almost done now, so moving on to number 7. If number 6 didn't help you, or if tip number 6 didn't help you, then try watching one episode of multiple series per day. So this is actually a really good way of keeping up the suspense of each coming episode. So I also made a vid on this of me actually watching both Uzaki-chan and Millionaire Detective at the same time, and it made me really enjoy those 2 series, I guess more so than what people might expect. But I personally have also watched 4 particular series at the same time, where I was able to actually fit in 3 or 4 episodes of each of those series per day at a time. So even though they were all like 12 to 13 episodes long each series, It did take me 3 days to finish all of them because I was watching 4 at the same time. Finally, number 8, binge by periods of the day. So what I mean by this is you could spend 3 to 4 hours binging a particular series or multiple series or whatever episodes you want to binge, and then you take a short break. When I say short break, I'm actually saying 2 to 3 hours where you're actually not doing anything at all. Then you could actually come back and watch or binge for another 4 to 5 hours, and you just keep repeating this particular pattern. So you binge for 3 or 4 hours, and then you take a break for 2 or 3 hours, you come back, binge another 3 or 4 hours, and you just keep repeating the process. It's definitely something that will take you off this, I don't know, how should I say, it changes the pace of things. You're still binging, but you're taking proper breaks here. During breaks, don't watch anything at all. Don't even move on to a different series like reality TV or whatever. Do something different, like play a sport, go outside. Of course, I don't recommend you do that, but if you need to do some exercise, then do what you must, or do a different hobby. Just don't watch any anime whatsoever for that break time, and if you split it up into these portions, it could work out really well. This particular tip could also work out in the same way that you're doing tip number 4. So tip number 4 was don't do this if this is your first time. Don't binge if this is your first time. Tip number 8 is kind of a great way for you to acclimate yourself into binging. And this would definitely work. But that's pretty much it for this list. These are all the tips and tricks that I have for you. So if this worked out for you, then definitely leave a like and share it with others who actually need this particular list as well, or need these particular tips, because a lot of us might actually get burnt out a lot, and some of us might actually end up having a bad experience. But these particular tips and tricks, it's worth it. It's worth sharing, I guess. So hope you guys enjoy it. If you have your own recommendations or your own particular tips and tricks, then leave them in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well if you still haven't, for more videos like this. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day. This is Enigma, signing out.